I was born in Edmonton, Alberta, and kid sister, she was born in Edmonton as well, and the other ones, they were born in BC. My father, he had to go to work a lot, and he was working up north, and we were separated again, and then we were back together again. I was sent out, you know, put in different places for when I was a kid, and I wasn't a very, those weren't very happy memories for me, so I ended up getting involved with drinking and smoking, and then it got into drugs, and I did everything to support my habit, plus the girls that I was going out with, you know, our habits became pretty bad. Then you end up usually dealing and stuff like that.
When I got married, I envisioned that it would be for life. When I first met him, he was a good guy. He really was. He was very kind and very generous. And then like 2 years down the road, shortly after I had our first child, he started drinking, and then he started getting into drugs, and he started selling drugs and stuff, and then he got violent. My family knew it was all wrong for me. They didn't know what, but they knew. And they tried to tell me, and I took it as they were dissing me. So I kind of got isolated. And then next thing you know, I left church, and I left this, and I left that. So, you know, all my friends were his friends. You have nobody on your side or to talk to, and then you got nobody.
I grew up in Beaver Lake. I am the youngest of 11 children, 6 boys, 5 girls. I lost my brother at the age of 15 years old, and I didn't know how to handle my grief. And I was always being told to stay strong, but I didn't. I did stay strong for my mom. And about 6 months after we lost him, I started drinking because I couldn't cope with the pain anymore. When I finally turned 18, I started going full head with my drinking. And then the drugs started getting involved. I started smoking marijuana quite often and continued throughout my years.
I would realize that I should leave, and then, you know, and then things would start, you know, be nice again, and it's like, and then you have kids, right? And then you feel you have to work it out with the kids. We had a fight, and I'm like, this is stupid. And I realized, like, this has got to stop. So I sent the kids to the neighbors, and I said, away you go. And that's when I got connected with the Bissell Centre, really, was there, because, like, I could just say whatever, and then that was it. There was, like, no blame or anything. It was just okay. There's like a couple ladies that I talked to a lot there that said that maybe, like, you know, it'd be good to go to the parenting thing there and just like just be with a bunch of adults and stuff and have some adult time. And like, I thought that was great, and it was. It was just what I needed at the time. I went back to church, and I got my friends back, and I made my peace with God.
I have 3 children. 2 of my children were 6 and 8. And I was drinking pretty heavily at the time, and I was gone to a workshop and just came home, and I had already started drinking on the way home. And when I got home, I just dropped my bags off, and my 2 little boys were standing at the top of the stairs saying, "Mommy, please don't come home drunk again." I knew it was time for me to quit. I ended up down here accessing services from the Bissell Centre, and every time I came in, there was a lady that worked there who, for some reason, always came to talk to me, always sat with me, you know, tried to help me as best as I could. She listened to me when I was down and out, and she encouraged me to be a better person, to be who I am. And she also encouraged me to go home to my family, to try again with my family. I believe, because of my native teachings, that she was meant to come into my life at that point.
Going into the hospital and having a medical doctor at the emergency squeezing pus out of my leg was enough. And finally I said, that's it. You know, it's either that or you're going to end up dead. So I got busy and got involved with you know, working at the Bissell and other places, you know, making coffee, sweeping up, going for this, going for that. And plus they also had some really good staff there. And it was the staff that kind of kept me, you know, on the straight and narrow kind of thing. And that was a very good thing. that without them, and also the United Church through the Bissell Centre, I don't think I could have made it.
I enjoy waking up every morning as early as I do. I start my shift at 7 o'clock, and I enjoy coming to work here. I enjoy meeting the people when they're first coming in the morning, addressing them by their first name, you know, trying to make them laugh and trying to be that person who hopefully will make a difference in their life, whether it is by talking, by listening to them, by advocating, by sending them to other agencies that they may need to access service from. I enjoy the jokes, the laughing, the sharing that goes on in this room here with the community members, and helping them as much as I can to get through the good times, to get through the bad times in their life. And even if it's just for that day, I'll start all over again the next morning.
There's no point in keeping people out of your life, because that just turns down possibilities. If I did that, I wouldn't have my job. I know, life is pretty good right now. It's awesome. My kids and stuff, they're all settled in school. I got a job with the school board, and I just got hired permanent there. I really love my job. I'm actually very privileged to work with my kids. They're severely disabled kids, and they're fantastic to work with. See, I get to play at work, and I get to play at home, and I think that's pretty good.
I was so busy trying to kill myself, and now I'm fighting to stay alive, because for me, there's a lot yet I want to do. Think of the things that I used to do when I was a lot younger. You'd think you would have been dead at least 20 times over. And I managed to get through it. Life is, it's an ongoing process, and like I say, I spend most of my time working out in the gym. Eventually, there's going to come a day when I won't even be able to get up and walk around the kitchen table. So it's just like an everyday thing. It's like breathing. Working out, getting around, doing things, because if you sit around and you stay dormant, you're going to be a rock. And I'm not ready to sit down and be a rock yet.